Pascal. You are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild, Haitian in the building, so original. Got the haters catching feelings. Get your hands up to the ceiling and keep them held high, cause St. Louis is ready. Forget about it, goodbye. Hold up, we just saying hi. Five somebody, rise up. Weekdays, catch us live, somebody. Let's go.
Good evening. Happy Sunday, everybody. Good afternoon, good morning, and welcome to the Pascal Show, wherever you guys are watching this show right here. I appreciate all y'all for being here, being a part of the conversation. There's a lot to talk about and a lot to get through, and I have a very short show for you guys, but I wanted to get in through with you guys on some new information, some new updates revolving around this case that happened at the University of Idaho, this grisly, unthinkable crime that happened just right off of University of Idaho's campus, and we definitely have got to get into those things and talk about this. There's been some interviews done by the family, by one particular family, the GonCalves family. Hopefully, I'm saying that correctly. I've been saying it's been hearing so many different versions or so many different pronunciations of that family's last name. But I figured, you know what, it's an opportunity for us to talk about it, chop it up with you guys as a family, just get into just to hear some new updates. And of course, there's been some updates sort of from 5-0, from police. So we got to talk about these things and get into this thing as well. We got a lot to talk about. It's a very late night, very late Sunday, but your boy's been busy. It's been a busy day. So I wanted to get on here really quick and give you guys the information that you need before you rest your weary little heads, or for those of y'all who are starting to make your breakfast, pour that cup of coffee and get ready to kick the day in the balls, right? For those of y'all who are just getting ready for your Mondays, all right? So anyway, guys, we got to get into this. We got some things we got to talk about. We got a lot of things to talk about, okay? About this particular case. It's been devastating. It's been wild. There's been so many stories flying all over the place. And this family kind of goes out of their way to kind of talk about certain things, which I think is very important for us all to hear as well. So we are going to be looking at a couple different interviews. We got a lot to talk about. We got a lot to get into. Very little bit of time to do it. So let's do this. A little bit of housekeeping for all y'all out here. Okay, please do me a favor. Hit that like button down below. Send it past 200 likes as you start to waltz in. Happy Sunday. I know it's a late show, but I appreciate all y'all for being here. Real talk. I really do appreciate it. And do not forget to hit that subscribe button, baby. Okay? Be great to have you a part of the Pascal Show family. You know your boy's working hard out here in these streets to give you the stories and information that you need. Okay? It's time to get into this story, shall we? Let's get down to the nitty gritty. Let's get down to brass tacks. All right. So there has been some new information, and not really new information, but there has been some new interviews from a family. One of the students' families has stepped out and has been really out here in these interviews for quite a while now. And I don't blame them. I'm 110% behind it. Why? The more they get in front of the cameras, the more they speak on it, the more they speak these students' names, hopefully it'll keep it fresh. It'll keep local law enforcement in Moscow to get off their butts and keep searching for this particular monster that's still alive, out here kicking rocks, breathing in this freedom air right now in Moscow, Idaho. Real talk. Still out here in these streets, wreaking havoc. We don't even know where this person is. We don't know the sex. We don't know anything. All we know is that there's somebody out here in these streets that just got away, literally got away with the M word. But before we go into this, I want to say this too, before I lose it, before this disappears on me. Vocalist Pink44, welcome to becoming a family member. I really do appreciate it. Welcome to the family. I really do appreciate you supporting the channel by becoming a member of the family. And you too, those y'all who are watching right now, those y'all who are starting to pour in and be a part of the conversation and the party today or tonight, late tonight, you could do the same thing, just like vocalist Pink44. You can hit that join button down below. Just be a part of the fam. All right. And support the channel. It'd be greatly, greatly appreciated to talk about everything on this channel. Everything from pop culture, controversy, true crime, everything. You name it, we talk about it right here on this platform. So if you feel like it, please be sure to hit that join button down below and support the channel. Also, I'm very excited. I know I did put it up in the community page. And for those of y'all who didn't know anything yet, I will be having Perez Hilton. That is the founder of Gossip Blogs, all right, is going to be on the show live tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Again, Perez Hilton will be on this platform live and in, I don't know, 1080, not 4K, but you know what I'm saying, in 1080 to talk about anything that's been popping off in pop culture. I haven't really made a decision as to what I'm going to be talking about just yet, but we'll be talking about that, whatever that is, tomorrow night for sure. Most likely it have to be about yay, because yay. Okay? Because yay. But anyway, we got to get into this thing. We got a lot going on. And thank you to Crazy Chicken Lady Momo. Thank you so much for following me on Twitch. I really do appreciate the support over on Twitch. So thank you so very, very much. Anyway, we got to get into this. All right. And yes, we are going to be diving into a little bit of News Nation as well. Again, I can't be on for a very long time, but we are going to be diving into a bunch of different things. But Diamond Girl, I appreciate you putting this in. I don't know why when I hear Diamond Girl's like, Diamond Girl. But anyway, I appreciate you putting this in. So News Nation just released a new update a few months ago where they confirmed new details that Kaylee had significantly more. Yep. You're jumping the gun. You're jumping the gun, Diamond. But I appreciate you giving me the information. Okay, you're jumping the gun. Okay, let me do my damn team. Let me do my job. But we will be getting into that information as well. There's an interview. There's two different interviews that we are going to be looking at here very, very shortly, talking about all of this. Okay, so we got to talk about this. We got some links. We got some articles we need to look at, etc. This is some wild stuff, y'all. But here it is. Idaho victims' parents cryptically claim means of demise, and you know I got to use these code words, all right, between two of the students don't match. Kind of like what Diamond Girl just said a second ago, but hey, all right, she jumped the gun, you know, but it's okay. We're all passionate. We're all wanting to know what's going on here. Real talk, okay? So, parents cryptically claim means of demise between two of the students don't match, despite cops saying all four students were attacked. And they say Idaho cops ruled out certain people very fast. And again, we got a lot of interviews, clips like that we're going to be looking at that you'll see for yourself. People sitting, like, it's interesting. You can see a little bit of the disagreement within the family too. Okay, within the GonCalves family, you can see that there's a little bit of tension, differing of opinions here, which is very, very fascinating. Okay, so we are going to be looking at that here in just a minute. Okay, some of these videos, some of these are from Fox News, from News Nation. I mean, we got a gamut of videos that we're going to be looking at, some interviews. They've been out here. They've been working hard. This family, the GonCalves family, has been working hard. And I do not blame them for getting in front of these cameras and start talking. Why? The more they talk, the more law enforcement, the more us internet sleuths, at least the good ones, okay? Not the ones that are just spreading random rumors and BS. They at least will continue to talk about the story so that we can get closer to some justice, right? So let's look at this. GonCalves. It's pronounced GonCalves. Okay, GonCalves. Thank you so much. I've been hearing so many different pronunciations of it. So if that's correct, hit the number one if I just pronounced it right, hit the number one in the chat. But let's get into this, okay? The parents of one of the University of Idaho victims, okay, one of the Idaho 4, have claimed that two of the students that were slain at their off-campus house last month have conflicting means of demise. So, Stephen and Kaylee GonCalves, hopefully I'm saying that right, recently spoke out about the demise or the unalivings of their daughter, Kaylee, as patience dwindles for Moscow, Idaho Police Department 3 weeks into the unsolved unalivings. So, of course, they have reached out to the police. This article, Daily Mail, they reached out to the police for a comment. Now, we already know about the Idaho 4 that their lives were taken on November 13th, likely while they were sleeping. That's some information that we found out during press conferences and through family members. Mainly, like I said, the GonCalves family has been very vocal about the information that they've received. They've been putting it out into the internet streets, into the ether, for everyone to find out more information about this. And like I said, it has been mind-blowing, again, to hear that these 4 were attacked whilst sleep. Okay? He says, apparently, this is what Stephen GonCalves says. I'll cut to the chase. The means of demise don't match. This is what Kaylee's father said. All right? Which we are going to be looking at that interview here in just a second. He has said that Kaylee and Morgan were sleeping in the same bed when they were attacked. Their points of damage don't match, he added. I'm just going to say it. It wasn't leaked to me. I earned that. I paid for that funeral. I sent my daughter to college. She came back in a box, and I can speak on that. I mean, I understand where he's coming from. This is a very angry dad, understandably. Can you imagine your own daughter, your own flesh and blood, your pride and joy going off to school, thinking that she's going to be safe, and then you receive the news and have her come back to you in such a way? Mind-blowing, right? Devastating. I'd be pissed, all right? I'd be beyond pissed, okay? So I feel like when we see this interview, I feel like he's conducting himself fairly well, given the circumstances that he is living in right now. Last week, Kaylee's mother, Christy, told News Nation that she believes police cleared some individuals very fast. The grieving parents have said they support their law enforcement, but are frustrated to wake up each day without any answers, which we are going to look at that here too, because apparently 5-0 still ain't got nothing. They have nothing lead. They have no leads. No one. No prime suspect. Nothing. Zero, zilch, nada, zippity, doodah. They got nothing, y'all, right now. Okay? And we are going to be looking at this particular interview here in just a minute, so hold tight. Of course, this is the photo of the 4. The 4 that are in the middle are the 4 that lost their lives. Just a quick recap. All right, just a quick visual to remind you. So, in a statement on Saturday, the Moscow Police Department said it had received thousands of tips, but that at this time, no suspect has been identified. We just have no information as a family. And it's tough. Day after day after day, Kaylee GonCalves told Lawrence Jones on Saturday. I mean, every day you just wake up and think, today's the day we're going to hear something. And you see this. Oh, there's a break in the case. And it'll just be something stupid. And of course, they venture into the conversation about there was a sixth person that was the 6th name that was on the lease. And of course, everybody took that information and they ran with that mug. For what reason? They just said, oh, that must be the suspect. Kind of ridiculous, don't you think? Police in Idaho say that they still have no viable suspects in the massacre of four University of Idaho students in their home last month, while the two roommates who survived the attack have spoken out in gut-wrenching statements. Local cops and the police chief of Moscow, James Fry, have faced sharp criticism in recent days, including from the families of the victims over the lack of apparent progress in the case. Now, Kaylee's parents have said that she believes the cops cleared some people too quickly. They said this: "I just feel like there have been a couple of individuals that were cleared very fast that maybe should not have been." This is what Kaylee GonCalves told News Nation last week, which is another video we're going to be looking at shortly, adding that she does not know anything about those individuals, but she thinks police may have cleared them too soon into their investigation. It's unclear if she was referring to anyone in particular. Yeah, she just said there were suspects. She just said there's just suspects that have been let go. Like, oh, you were asleep during that time? Okay, you can go. And I understand. I mean, let's be real. When you hear something like that and you are like, imagine yourself. I mean, God forbid you ever have to imagine yourself in this kind of situation, sitting down, hearing that your sister, your daughter, gone. But then there were people in the house, other people that survived this attack, other people that were in the area, right? Other people that ran into these people before they went to the home, and all of them got cleared like that. I'd have many questions too. Okay? Many questions. Now, of course, I'm not sitting here saying there's got to be a whole witch hunt on social media against all these people that were already cleared. But at the same time, I would feel, as a parent that is seeking nothing but justice, passionately focused, hyper-focused on trying to find who did this to my loved one, I'd feel some type of way too. Absolutely. I'd be like, wait a second. They all got cleared. And B12 said cleared because of alibis. Absolutely. But at the same time, it's like, is that do they add up? That kind of thing. Just a part of me would feel like there was just not enough. Just a part of me, especially when 5-0, every time you look up and see 5-0 doing a press conference and we're all frothing at the mouth, being like, gimme. We need some information. And they come up and they go, yeah, well, looks like we got nothing today, but we just wanted to say thank you to the FBI and all the people that have been helping us and all. It's like, what the hell are you talking about? You said you were going to do a press conference today, that there was going to be some information. You still gave us nothing. I'm just saying, as a parent, I definitely feel some type of way. I would definitely be feeling some type of way. So we are going to be looking at that video here in just a minute. Trust and believe. All right. But I do want to point this out. This is another article. It's crazy. All right. Still wild to me. Again, you can see it right here. I wish I could have had them, could have given them one last hug. This is one of the two survivors of this unthinkable act that happened in this home. All right. Do speak out in this heartbreaking statement that was read by a church pastor. As clueless cops reveal, they still have no suspects. Zero. Still nothing. And also the other thing too, I want to point this out too, real quick, before we go into that, a little bit of that article, before we dive in to that article, let's talk about that really quick. The fact that the cops have no suspects. Think about yourself as a parent with your child going to that university. Are you going to feel safe? Are you going to feel F that? Think of yourself as a student going to that school after this thing went down. Think about it for a second. Would you want to go back to that school? I mean, let's keep it real. Let's keep it a buck. Let's keep it a buck. Would you want to go back to that school? especially when that person, this monster, is still at large. Does that make you feel can't wait for midterms, can't wait for my finals, and can't wait for my whatevers? Like the college life is, we've already seen, because if you've been following this situation, this story, all that, you already know that there have been people that are feeling students are scared. College life is not lively right now. People are scared. Now they're even talking about doing school from home, doing it virtually because of how scared they are right now. So that's not even a parent. That's not even a student that lost their life. These are students that just happen to matriculate at this college that are scared because they know for a fact that there's a monster on the loose taking people's lives in the most horrific way. And then you're hearing this information. 0 suspects, no leads, no nothing. It's a scary thought. And if you're watching on Twitter or you're checking it out on News Nation, you're checking those things out on News Nation and all that, Fox News and CNNs and all that stuff, they're all covering this stuff. And you see cops everywhere. You see media everywhere. You just happen to matriculate at that school. Do you think you're going to be comfortable walking down the street or walking on campus, going to and fro your dorm? And allegedly, I'm hearing, and they're not even putting up wanted photos or like wanted posters and stuff like that around the school. Now, I can see one part where they don't want to scare students, with a constant reminder looming over their shoulder the entire time. But at the same time, they're not even letting them put out information. There's not even a reward. They can't even post a reward with any information right now, which is absolutely insane. It's like 5-0 and the university is trying to act like this didn't even happen, yet it did. And yet 5-0 is still having these press conferences, baby. They still showing up and saying, well, thank you everybody for being here. We got nothing. We got nothing. That makes no sense to me. 0 sense, guys. But one thing I thought was interesting, Nicole Hudson, thank you so much for your comment on YouTube. How can you sleep through, or how you sleep through that? So no one was screaming. Also, they called friends first, and the friends they called over, the ones called the police. Yes, I mean, it's weird, and the thing is, okay, and I get why they called who they needed to call. And if it was Jack, right? If my memory is correct, because I'm getting some kind of digging out the cobwebs with this story. It's been a while since I talked about it. But you got somebody they were calling, and I get it. It could have been a hookup call. Like, it could have been like, hey, I'm drunk. I know we broke up, but I'm in my feelings. Sup, though. That could have been it. And then her best friend or her friend is trying to help her get hooked up. That could be it too. God knows what was going on. God knows what's going on in this situation, right? But it could have been a glorified booty call. Could have been. And then maybe he was asleep. Again, all speculation land. Okay? B12, yeah. Drunk calling. Yeah. Sup, though. You know what I mean? Where you at? You feel me? I'm kind of drunk. You want to come over? Okay. Just saying. Anything's possible with the situation. But what's wild to me is that there's still 0 suspects thus far. Okay? Thus far. But here it is, okay? 2 survivors of this unthinkable crime and mystery have spoken out for the first time as police concede they have no viable suspects in this massacre. The heartbreaking statements were delivered at a gathering over the weekend held to memorialize the 4 students that were taken in these slayings last month and were penned by the 4 surviving roommates, or by the 4's surviving roommates. So the pair, 19-year-olds Dylan and Bethany, have been sleeping on the first floor of the home when the late night attack transpired and were seemingly spared. Again, still strange to me, but okay. Not saying anything, not trying to allude to anything, but that is strange brew right there, my ladies and germs. Strange brew. While the 4 victims who had been on the second and third floors were attacked. Okay, I can't say those phrases. Of course, I gotta use code words with sex. All right. In a tear-jerking appeal, one of the survivors said she wished she could have given each of her roommates one last hug and tell them how much she loved them one final time. Both offered tributes to their friends. Of course, to Kaylee, Madison, Xana, and Ethan. And this was also read by a pastor who oversaw the emotional proceedings. So, of course, this is also on top of this that the police are receiving thousands of tips about the mysterious situation. Officers at this time have yet to identify a suspect or glean a motive. Still zero, zilch, nada, zippity doodah, nothing so far. Okay? Nothing so far. Now, here's the thing, though. I will say this. Crazy Chicken Lady Momo just said on Twitch, thank you so much for the comment, and welcome to the Twitch family over there. My brother slept through a hurricane. Not hearing anything doesn't shock me in a house that big. That's very true, too. If you got a place that's that many floors, you got 2 people sleeping on the first floor, second and third floor is where all the unthinkable things happen. Yes, that can very well happen. That could very well happen, especially if they're out. They had a night of kicking it. If they were all kicking it in some sort of fashion, right? They all could have come home, had their Taco Bell. You see what I'm saying? Passed the F out, woke up to just this scene. Again, speculation, but that could have happened. Anything is possible in this situation, which is extremely frustrating. And I can see why the family is extremely frustrated about this. Okay. And of course, right now we're waltzing into the 3rd week, okay, of this crime. Okay. Like, this is absolutely mind blowing. All of this that has happened with this situation. Okay. So I got some things. Hold on. Jeez Louise. Okay. So I got some things I want to share with y'all right quick. We got some interviews and stuff from the family that I'm sure we all want to see together as a family. Now, this is something that happened, I think this was earlier, like yesterday, this interview came out. We're going to take a look at this whole entire thing. But of course, I got to cut through in and out this whole thing because them are the breaks. That's just how it be out here in these streets with these, fair use and all that crap. But this is one of the most recent interviews. And then we're going to take a little bit of a trip down memory lane of a couple days before, when the full family sat down. The GonCalves family sat down with Brian Enton of News Nation and we're going to hear a little bit from them as well. So let's take a look at this interview. This is from Fox News. They just had a recent interview, the mother and father of Kaylee, and want you guys to hear it with your own 2 ears. Hit the number 1. Let me know you guys can hear it. If it echoes, I'm sorry. That's just them are the breaks. Let's go.
Good evening, America, and welcome to this special edition of Cross Country in Moscow, Idaho. Tonight, we are in front of the Moscow Police Department, and you may be asking why. It's been about 3 weeks since the horrific stabbing death of 4 college students at the University of Idaho. 3 weeks since we lost Xana, Maddie, Kaylee, and Ethan. 3 weeks, and still the police have no suspect or person of interest. The community has been left in limbo, left with more confusion and more questions. We're on the hunt for answers for them. Moscow deserves answers. The students of the university deserve answers. These 4 young innocent victims deserve answers, and so do their families. So let's start there. Joining me now on set, the parents of Kaylee GonCalves, Christy and Steve GonCalves. Thank y'all so much for being with me. You guys have been so transparent and strong for the public. Christy, you called the person that did this the boogeyman.
Let me stop that right there. Hold on. Let me make sure. Right now. Okay. Hold on. Let me make sure.
You guys have been so transparent.
I see. Okay. Yeah, there's a little bit of echo, but yeah, I am gonna see what I can do here. Let me see what I can do. Hold on. Like I said, this thing loves to lose its doggone mind. Okay. Now it doesn't want to do that. Hold on, guys. 2 more seconds. Back to normal. Let me see what's up with the audio. Let's try this. If this still acts a dang fool, then I don't know what to do. But let's go.
Yeah.
What did you mean by that?
It's literally like what nightmares are made of. Like when you're a little kid and you think of the boogeyman, that's just how I feel. Like that's just the horrific details of everything. Them just having a good time, going home and going to bed, and this happening to them.
Your best friend crawling into bed.
Just crawling in bed.
Every
and
girl
the
in
boogeyman
America
comes.
knows what that's
The
like.
boogeyman doesn't, meet you at McDonald's. I mean, the boogeyman comes and snatches you out of your bedroom.
No kidding.
Steve, we've been talking. I've been talking to folks in the community. You said something that stuck with me. You said, until this person is caught, you can't sleep in your bed.
No, I can't just lay in my bed and do nothing. That's not the way I raised my family. That's not the way I raised my girls and my son. You don't be a victim. You stand up for yourself and you do everything in your power to make sure people hear you. And they're gonna hear Kaylee. They're gonna hear Maddie. They're gonna hear these.
The other 2 as well.
Yes.
All of them.
I'm careful saying anything about them because I need to be careful because I can't speak on somebody else's child. But these 2 girls, I'm not trying to be a glory hound, but these 2 girls, I'm going to do what I can do. And we're not being victims. We're going to fight. We're going to figure out how to make sure that we hold everybody, accountable, and we keep eyes and attention on this and get this thing resolved.
It is crazy to think that this whole thing went down. Actually, it's funny how Hashcats just said the dad can't accept what happened yet. It's natural. Yeah, I mean he's still, but you also could see that he's kind of going into hero mode, right? It's very much like, understandably, this is his child, right? This is his child, and he wants to be the one to possibly or try to save the day. I mean, do you blame him? My beautiful babies, my beautiful people. Do we blame him for feeling the way he feels right now? I'm sure he still can't believe what has happened. And all he wants to do is he just wants to save his girl. Even though he can't do that anymore, but he can at least save other people, the other people from losing their own child. I mean, this is like a real life Scream. Okay, it's like Scream 1, except in college, not in high school. That somebody goes and does this thing. They called him the boogeyman. They called this person the boogeyman. I mean, that's some heavy stuff, y'all. So I don't blame the father for being, worked up. I'd be more than worked up right now. Trust. Like I said, I feel like he is handling himself with so much grace right now, in my personal opinion, given the circumstances. My Lord. If this was my child, woo! Just saying, you'd see a different person.
Steve, you have made it very clear to our audience that you are supportive of law enforcement. You support the investigation. But recently, I've been watching and talking with you, and you're getting frustrated. Where does that frustration come from, sir?
They put certain people between you and the officers that are making things happen. And those people are like lawyers, and they don't want to say anything, and they don't have the guts to come up and be alpha and be like leaders and say, hey, we might say something that's wrong. We're going to take that hit. So the officers, they look me straight in their eyes. The lead detective looked me in his eyes. I have no doubt he's working as hard as he can. But somebody isn't communicating. There's nothing being released. It seems like they're trying to suppress the story. We want to put rewards out. They're like, don't do that. Yeah, I get it. Your town doesn't want to have reward posters posted all over when you come and you do your rush. You're not going to get a lot of students if they see those things.
But let him finish this.
But this community is not going to heal until this guy's pulled off the streets. It ain't going to happen. Think it through. It's not going to happen. He has to be off the streets. We all are working for the same thing.
Yep. I agree. I'm going to roll that back just a little bit because I'm with Steve here. I'm with Steve 100%. Okay? 100%. And Jessica, yes, I did see that that news as well, that she was hurt considerably worse than the others. But actually, if you guys have that link, please email to me. Let me know, because I'd love to read it live on the show with you guys, because I only have these interviews and what the parents have said. But if News Nation has come out with new information, like brand new, please email it to me or message it to me, or tag me on Twitter, okay? If you're on the twits, okay? I'd really, really appreciate that, okay? Yes. So Jessica K, yes, send it my way. That would be dope. Okay? But I agree. Going back to what the father's saying right here. Okay? I agree with him 110%. But what's interesting here is what he says about putting up flyers, putting up basically like a reward. Let's listen to that one more time.
Yeah, I get it. Your town doesn't want to have. Seems like they're trying to suppress the story. We want to put rewards out. They're like, don't do that. Yeah, I get it. Your town doesn't want to have reward posters posted all over when you come and you do your rush. You're not going to get a lot of students if they see those things.
Let me tell you this. Just hearing that, because that's crazy to me. The fact that even the parents are feeling like they're getting the vibe, even one small inkling, that police, the university, is trying to quiet this situation down, so that they can have more students coming to matriculate to the university. Because I get it's all business, it's all about money, right? It's still beyond me. This is something that just happened 3 weeks ago, y'all. And you're telling me that this family can't post reward posters? It just happened 3 weeks. Happened 3 weeks ago. This wasn't something that happened a year ago. This wasn't something that happened 3 years ago. This happened 3 weeks ago. One of the worst unthinkable things you could ever think of. And you know for a fact that this family is going to, especially this father, you could tell, he'd go John Wick on some people's ass. I already know it, okay? You know for a fact that this family is going to do everything they can. They will waste every last dollar that they have. They will expend every bit of energy, financially and emotionally physically to get justice for their daughter and for the rest of those students that lost their lives, so that all the other students that do go to this school are safe as well. I guarantee you this father feels like there's a responsibility, that he has a responsibility to keep those other students safe as well. And he's going to do everything he can. But what's wild to me is that they're not allowing them, the family, to post reward posters. That makes no sense. That makes no bloody sense. Listen, everybody and their mama already knows about this story, this case, this mystery, this travesty, this tragedy. They already know about this. Everybody does. So if somebody is going to that school, interested in possibly going to, University of Idaho, they're already looking at it and already knowing that there's blood on the sheets. They already know that. So why hide it? This is international news now. People from all over I know for a fact people all over the world that are watching in the chat right now. Even though it's a small turnout than usual, all right? It's still people from all over the globe that are watching this and going through this with me as a family, because we all care about this and we all want to get this mystery solved. But for some odd reason, the parents feel that they're trying to snuff this down, that they're trying to quiet this. They're trying to shadow ban this story from being out there in Moscow streets. That makes no sense to me, y'all. And if I was him, if I was the family, I wouldn't even give a damn. I'd be posting things I'd be wallpapering sides of buildings. I wouldn't care. Because at the end of the day, shoot, you're trying to get a maniac off the streets. So the family's doing them a favor, doing the city a favor by trying to clean up the streets as quickly as possible. Unbelievable. Let's continue.
But this community is not going to heal until this guy's pulled off the streets. It ain't going to happen. Think it through. It's not going to happen. He has to be off the streets. We all are working for the same thing.
Couldn't agree.
When was the last time y'all
more.
heard from the police?
Thursday,
we looked at our phone records. We want to be accurate. We don't want to sell anyone out.
about 3 o'clock on Thursday.
And
did y'all get an update from the police about the investigation?
There was nothing. We have no updates for you.
There was no update. They needed me to sign a waiver form so that they could investigate something.
Some mail.
That was mail related.
That's something that's very interesting as well. My question is, what mail? What is the mail? What they talking about, yo? Real talk. What are they talking about when they say, oh, we needed to sign a waiver so that they can look at some mail? What could have been in that mail? Seriously. What could have been? What's in the mail that they could be looking at? Again, let's be real. This is all just speculation. These are just questions. And again, they've looked at everything so far and they have come up with zero. They've come up with nothing so far. So them looking at mail could be a big thing, or it could be nothing at all too. I know that there's been stories about maybe a stalker out here. Maybe there's something from the stalker. I don't know. But let's continue. Many questions.
So we're working with them. We're not selling them out. We love our law support.
The FBI, everybody that's here. We just have no information as family, and it gets tough day after day after day. I mean, every day you just wake up and think today's the day. We're going to hear something, and you see there's a break in the case, and it'll just be something stupid.
The sixth person on the lease that was never there. Stop playing games. This is serious. These are people's lives, and this is the future of this community. There's going to be 10,000, 15,000 kids that come into this community next year, or they don't. So be serious.
I think that what's interesting is also this too, is that this is just normal. Let's be real. We all know that this is all part of the thing, where there are people, internet sleuths out here that get very, very passionate about that particular case or a particular series, handful of cases. they get a little bit of information and they run wild with it. And I get it. A lot of people have time on their hands to imagine things. We have very, very creative people out here, all right, with very imaginative people out here. Let's just say that will take one thing and will run with it, and it will make it, and they will find a way to make it be true in their minds, and then put it out on the internet, like Twitter or something, and do the same thing. Share it with everybody, and then all of a sudden everyone takes that as scripture, and that can get very, very dangerous. And I feel him on that, because we hear those kinds of stories countless times, time and time again, of everything from Kylie, Rodney, to the Gabby Petito story, to even Shanquella Robinson, the story that the situation in the case that we've been covering very, very closely, following very closely. A lot of times people will sit there and take that one piece. It could just be a little photo of a dangling piece of tape, and suddenly they go, oh, the tape means it's such and such. Oh, it meant that she's pregnant. And then they just run with it. You know what I'm saying? And I can see how frustrating that is. Very frustrating, especially for the family, because they're sitting there going, then they're wasting their time digging through all that muck to find out if that rumor is actually fact or fiction. And then most of the time, it's their hopes getting pricked up. They're all excited. They're going, oh, I can't wait. Oh, my God. You mean, is this true? And then they waste an hour going through deep diving, trying to find if it's true or not. It's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking. So I totally understand. And that's one thing that people were running with. Oh, there was another person on the lease. Oh my God. And they weren't there. And then all of a sudden people start going, oh, it's the female devil woman from hell. Like, it just gets crazy, y'all, and unnecessary. So I'm with them 100% on this.
I had the opportunity to speak to some of my sources, and I've been told that there were differences in the way that the victims were killed. Some were more severe than the other. And this week we heard the target attack walk back and then reverse it back to it being a target attack. What can you tell us about the targeted attack?
They have told us that it was targeted, but they told us they can't tell who. We asked specifically, and they said, we'll try to get that information to you. And they got back to us a day or so later, and they said, we're sorry, we can't give you that information. But then a day later, we saw in the news that it was not targeted, or they think the whole house was targeted. But
I'll cut to the chase.
Yeah.
Their means of death don't match.
Maddie's
They don't.
and Kaylee's cause of death, it does not match based on the autopsy report.
They don't match.
Yeah.
Would indicate that one of them.
He doesn't have to
may
go
have
up
been
the
targeted.
steps. Let's stop playing games, guys. I need somebody to step up and be an outfit. Be somebody to be a leader. Don't make me do it. I don't want to do it. He doesn't have to go up the steps. Their points of damage don't match. I'm just going to say it. It wasn't leaked to me. I earned that. I paid for that funeral. I paid for that. It's my right. You ain't taking that from me.
calm down.
If you don't want to say nothing, that's your bet. But don't say I'm leaking anything. I paid that bill.
Okay, I'm going to run that back because he said a lot in there. It was kind of like birdshot. There was a bunch going on there, as you could hear. Even the wife is like, calm down, because he's getting riled up. Because he's sitting there going like, I got you could hear that he got information, y'all. He's got information that maybe he's not allowed to sit here and say. To me, okay, not sitting here saying I'm standing right there and he's sending me text messages saying, oh, yeah, I got more information. I don't know. But the vibe I'm getting from him tells me that he knows a lot more than he's not even really letting it, like, he's really letting off. He knows more. That's just what I think. And he's sitting there going, I want to say it, but I can't say it right now, damn it, but I want to say it. You can tell he wants to say some stuff. And he's like, man, I paid for that. I did. You know what I mean? And then also on top of that is him going, man, I'm right here. I'm the only one, we're the only people out here in these streets fighting. Where's 5-0? Where are our heroes? Where are the people who are going to be doing their due diligence to find out what really went down? And I get it. Like I said, I get it 110%, his frustration. I'm with it. I'm totally with it, y'all. He mad. He big mad. And he has every right to be mad right now. He has every right to be. But you can see it. He knows something. He knows more. I'm going to roll that back because he said something about stairs. He didn't have to run up those stairs. Like, the what? Okay. He ran up the, like I said, I'm not sitting here saying that I'm the know-all. You know, I'm not sitting here saying I know all and be all, but at the same time, this is like, hey, I'm just getting certain vibes, okay? It's a vibe, and I'm getting a vibe right now. The vibe I'm getting is that he knows some stuff that maybe he can't say much of because he doesn't want to throw people off or throw things out or maybe he just has his own theories. Let's just say that he has his own theories. And maybe he doesn't want to say too much because he doesn't want to throw things too off the beaten path. You see what I'm saying? But there's something about it that makes me feel like he knows something. And, of course, he has his own theories. So we'll see I'm going to play it again. But, again, he said a whole bunch here. So we're going to break it down piece by piece. All right. I see a bunch of y'all in here. I appreciate everybody for being here, rocking with me, being in this chat with me on a late Sunday night. I appreciate all y'all. Thank you. We had to have this conversation. There's a lot to look at here. So please do me a favor. Hit that like button down below. Send it past, I don't know. Let's get it past 600 likes real quick. Okay. A like don't cost a thing. It's the free 9s and 9s. Okay. Helps get the story out there a little bit more. And also, of course, please do not forget to hit that subscribe button, baby. All right. You know, for a fact, your boy's working hard out here in these streets. So it'd be greatly appreciated if you can join by hitting that subscribe button. And also, you can hit that join button down below and just become a member. Anyway, let's get back into the news. All right. But we're going to break this down piece by piece because this is a big piece in my personal opinion. Let's go.
They don't match.
Would indicate
They don't.
and
Their means of death don't match.
Maddie's
They don't.
and Kaylee's cause of death, it does not match based on the autopsy report.
Okay. And it's autopsy. Okay. Autopsy. I don't know why everybody says autopsy. I don't know why, but it's autopsy. But anyway, moving on. Sorry. I couldn't even say GonCalves right. So, hey, there you go. But here it is. They're saying that how they were attacked, these two girls in that room, were completely different. So one was one was more viciously attacked than the other. That's what he's saying. That's what the dad said. But you could see how his mouth is. He's already like I shouldn't, can't say much. Can't say more than that. He does. Of course, he says more. But you can tell he's like, what do I say? How do I say this without me getting in trouble with law enforcement, right? But they say that the matter of the means of their demise don't match. Two completely different situations with these two young women. Let's continue.
They don't match.
Would indicate that one of them.
He doesn't have to
may
go
have
up the
been targeted.
steps.
He doesn't have to go up the steps. What does that mean? Okay. I'm going to ask you guys, and I'm asking to the fam. I'm going to continue, I promise. But real quick, does he mean when he says he doesn't have to go up the steps? He just said it. I'm going to roll again, but I don't get that. What does it mean? Okay. Okay. I'm going to roll that a little bit back because he just says he doesn't have to go up the stairs. What does he mean by that, y'all? What does he mean? Does he mean that he didn't need, I don't know. It could mean so many different things. Maybe that, and I don't remember where Kaylee was, right? Where she was logistically in the house. If I'm correct, she was on the second floor. Or on the first floor. Or sorry, not the second floor, not the first floor. I'm sorry, the second floor. Okay, so he says he didn't have to go up the stairs. So is his theory thinking that that this monster found his target, which was his daughter, and that's it? I don't know. That's one piece I don't get. I'm so confused. Let me get this members chat real quick. Maura Kelly, thank you so much for being a member for the past 2 months. I really do appreciate it. You said in your family membership chat, this is just sad. They're doing their jobs, but they're doing it very slowly, is what I think. I agree. Oh, so she was on the third floor. I'm sorry, the third floor. So then why did he say he didn't have to go up the stairs? Casablanca said, Xana, Ethan on the second floor, Maddie and Kylie on third floors. Thank you. He didn't have to go up the stairs. So what does that mean? What does that mean? Okay, I'm sorry. That's just so weird. And, whoa, my mouse just disappeared. Susan Rogers, thank you so much for becoming a member. Welcome to the family. I really do appreciate your support. Thank you so much. And again, y'all can do the same by joining the family membership down below by hitting that join button, just like our friend Susan, our new family member, Susan Rogers. Thank you so much for your support, sweetheart. Thank you. But let me play that. Let me continue. He says he didn't have to go up the stairs. What does that mean?
They don't match.
Would indicate that one of them.
He doesn't have to go up the steps. Let's stop playing games, guys. I need somebody to step up and be an outfit. Be somebody to be a leader. Don't make me do it. I don't want to do it. He doesn't have to go up the steps. Their points of damage don't match. I'm just gonna say it. It wasn't leaked to me. I earned that. I paid for that funeral. I paid for that. It's my right. You ain't taking that from me.
Calm down.
If you don't want to say nothing, that's your bet. But don't say I'm leaking anything. I paid that bill.
This man knows something. He didn't have to go up the steps. Again, what does that mean? But clearly, I think he knows a lot more than I think he's even allowed to say. Or I think he has his theories. Okay, let's just say that. I think he definitely has his own theories. And maybe they're wild theories, conspiracies, or whatever, his own speculations. And he hasn't had an opportunity to get them exercised at all. Because police are probably looking at him going, no, that's not a suspect, or this is not a suspect, or your theory is wrong. We've already exercised that theory, so on and so forth. I don't know. It's just so strange. This is a wild one, y'all. Wild one. He didn't have to go up the steps. What the hell does that mean? Aaron, thank you so much for the $2. The ex's alibi was sleeping. Not a good alibi. I agree with that 110%. I agree with that 110%. And I'm not sitting here trying to say, oh, that means it's going, you know what I mean? I'm not trying to go down that and trying to turn any of the guys that they were reaching out to and blah, blah, blah. I'm not trying to put a witch hunt out on those guys. But at the same time, I got questiones. Okay? I got another super chat here really, really quick. Let me get this before it disappears entirely. Gypsy Girl, thank you so much for the $2 super chat. I really do appreciate it. The target had to have been up the stairs. Interesting. Maybe, again, he didn't have to go up the stairs. So in my mind, I don't know. If Kaylee was up on the third floor, then he would have had to go up he would have gone up the stairs. So, is he trying to imply that those two girls on the third floor were the targets by saying he didn't have to go up those stairs, but he did because because the target was on the third floor, or he was saying he didn't even have to do that because the target was on the second floor. You see what I'm saying? It's weird. It's a weird reply. Got another member chat. Thank you so much, Debs, for being a member for the past 6 months. I really do appreciate it. Either way, either they were on the second floor or Kaylee and Maddie were the targets, and he had to go up the stairs to get to them. That's kind of what I'm thinking too. It's either one. He's like, he didn't have to go up the stairs, but he did because the target was upstairs. You never know. God forbid. I mean, think about it. Oh, I don't mean to go there, but I'm going to have to go there. Okay. I don't want to go there, but we got to go there. Okay. What if, oh God, what if this monster went into the wrong room, thinking that he was in this particular room, in the right room for the target, but he went into the wrong room, and then he went up to the third floor to do the unthinkable, finding both girls in that bedroom, and then he did what he did, or they did what they did, because we don't know the gender of this thing. Okay? But it's interesting, and I agree, Fuza. Okay? Like, didn't even follow up on that question. I would have been like, what you mean up the stairs? What you mean? Pff, so fast. What you mean, though? He didn't have to go up the stairs. He didn't have to go up those stairs. What? Yep. Gypsy Girl, $2. Thank you so much. That's why he brings up the injuries. You're right. He did say significantly more damaged than the other. So maybe the oh gosh, I hate to say it like that, but I have to. Let's go back to it again. Let's circle back. This monster, if this monster entered the second floor thinking that the target, those two girls, were on the second floor, sneaks into the room, attacks, realizes that they attacked the wrong people, goes up to the third floor, finds them on the third floor, and does what they do. That's insane. What's up, Nerdy Addict? How you doing, my brother? In the chat, thank you so much for being here. He said he lied in wait. I think that's a possibility too. He was in the home before they got home, in my honest opinion. It could have been that too. Susan said, yes, I agree. The target was all the second floor. But yeah, it's just, so like I said, it's just weird. Again, if the target was the second floor, if it was Ethan and Xana, okay. So K and M were on the, so K and M, okay. Because I guess I got the, hold on. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm a little flipped around here. Hold on. Hold on. I'm trying to see if we have some images here of the places in which they were. That's not it. Okay. Because if Ethan, see, that's the thing. If K and M were on the second floor, Xana and Ethan were on the third floor, he didn't have to go up the stairs. Kaylee was the target. Yeah. But see, that's the thing. See, okay, thank you. See, I thought I was losing my mind. So K and M were on the 3rd floor. Xana and Ethan were on the 2nd floor. So when he says he didn't have to go up those stairs, you see what I'm saying? Unless it was a mistaken, like he was in the wrong room. He attacked the wrong people. The monster attacked the wrong people, and then he went up those stairs because he clearly had a target in mind, and it wasn't those two. It wasn't Xana and Ethan. You see what I'm saying, guys? All right. I want to make sure that's abundantly clear. So that's why he said, I don't want to go up those. Like, he didn't have to go up those stairs. But he still did. Because his target was not on the 2nd floor. His target was on the 3rd floor. Wait, what? I am so lost here. Oh, okay. No. I'm right. Okay. So I got it correct. No, I got it correct. I corrected myself. All right. Because Xana and Ethan were on the 2nd floor. Then Kaylee and Maddie were on the 3rd floor up the stairs. That's the reason why I said he didn't have to go up those stairs. Okay, thank you. I appreciate the clarity. I just wanted to make sure that's absolutely bingo. Absolutely right. And exactly bingo. Target, or what the father believes. Let's just say that. What the father believes is that the target was on the 3rd floor. Okay, that's what he's leaning on right now. Okay, let's continue. I just wanted to make sure that was okay. Gypsy Girl says Perp went to 3rd floor first. Okay. Interesting. Okay, let's continue here. But like I said, it's still a weird question, a weird statement to say.
Sent my daughter to college to get an education. She came back in the box, and I can speak on that.
I was also told from sources that are closer to an investigation, because there was a lot of roommates in there. And this was horrific for those roommates that were there as well.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
The preservation of this crime scene. Witnesses tell me that it may have well been preserved because the phone was passed around between one of the fraternity members and the girls. One of them unfortunately witnessed the death, the body there. Can you confirm that?
We cannot actually. We know nothing about that whole phone call. We've asked, and it's, I mean, I know that a lot of people want to know, but that's just not our agenda. We just are like, somebody called 911, somebody was reported unconscious. We don't really know. I mean, we've heard so many different things, and nothing has been clarified or been told to us at all. And I mean, I don't know if I personally have asked anything about that. I don't know if you have asked that, but we know that this is getting 3 weeks in, and it's starting to get, we don't want it to go cold. We're reaching out. I've reached out to friends down in California today that have connections that we're hoping to raise some money to get a reward, to get a private investigator.
Third party.
Why go the private route? Do y'all worry that at the end of this week that this case may be 100%. Cold?
We're scared.
When you tell me you don't want a photo up there with the reward offering information, that kind of sounds like you're trying to like suppress the story. I mean, why do you not need help? But hey, I could be wrong, and you officers, I apologize if I'm wrong.
Yeah,
I want to. Please forgive me. Please forgive me. But if you don't have the information, people do know. If they don't, then you know the community. This is a community that is IT based. These guys live a digital footprint like we've never. All of us older people, we don't know how much that digital footprint could be helpful. So that's what we ask for. I hope like a DNA. Family lineage, if they could come out here and just start taking, this town is not that big. We could figure out this, and it might not be him. It might be a family member. We have family all going to the school together. You know, there's cousins, there's aunts, there's uncles. We could find this guy just with volunteers.
Lineage companies were,
Put Idaho on the map.
Okay. There's a lot there, too. But as you can see, like, they're worried. They're absolutely worried that this whole thing is going to be cold by the end of the week. That 5-0, that Moscow PD is just going to not give a damn or start giving up, start throwing up their hands and going, we got nothing. But again, at the end of the day, there's still somebody out here on the loose. And they're so worried that this is going to be a cold case that they're trying to bring in independent investigators on this particular case. Think about that. Independent investigators on this case. Because they feel that that 5-0 and the university is trying to snuff this out, trying to push this down so that it doesn't get the light of day, so that they can forget about this unthinkable crime and go back to having school, go back to living their lives in this small town of Moscow. It's unbelievable to think that way. Absolutely unbelievable to think that that's the route that they're trying to go with. I'm going to play a little bit more. There's a little bit more of this video here. But Shenanigans Beacon, thank you so much for the $10 super sticker. I really do appreciate it. Sinan, thank you so much for the $10 super sticker. I really do appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for the support. I really do appreciate it. Seriously. Thank you. Kooky Cat, thank you so much for the £2. But he says steps, not stairs. I mean, the way I see it, steps and stairs are the same thing in regards to this, but hey, you never know. Or that's the way I'm seeing it. But he didn't have to go up those steps. Steps to me, I feel like they're one and the same in the context of the sentence. So I say that he's talking about stairs. But I could be absolutely 110% wrong. Nerdy Addict said, Kylie's father implied tonight that this is not targeted and instead random. He makes good reasoning that police won't say it's random as bad image for college. Town is funded by college. Boom. Yes, it is a college town. Absolutely. And if those students don't show up and matriculate at that school, then those other businesses within that town aren't making the monies. So that's very true. Now, if the father did imply tonight that it's not targeted and instead random, I'd love to see the Carfax on that because I want to see that too. You see what I'm saying? So if anybody has that, please, again, tag me, mention me in a tweet or something like that so I can see it with my own two peepers as well. Because, yeah, I want to see that too. Okay? So Nerdy Addict, if you have that actual article, please send it my way. Tag me in it in Twitter because I know we follow each other on Twitter, and that would be greatly appreciated. Alyssa Gold Munch, thank you so much for the $2 super sticker. I really do appreciate it. We're going to continue on here in just a minute. We got a new member, Shenanigans Beacon. Thank you so much for becoming a member. Again, you guys can join just like Shenanigans Beacon. Okay. Gypsy Girl, thank you so much for the $10 super sticker. Thank you guys so much for all your support tonight. I really do appreciate it. Yes, it was a late night show, but it's been a wonderful night, wonderful show. Just sharing this information with you guys and going through this with you guys as a family. Let's continue with the rest of this video. But again, you can see parents very, very passionate about getting the truth out here, getting to know what the hell happened to their daughter, etc. And I don't blame them for their passion and their desire to know more.
Christy, Steve, we're going to stay on this case.
Thank you.
We're not going anywhere.
Thank you.
You guys have been candid with us. We'll keep asking questions. Any resource that we have available, our audience is praying for you guys.
Thank you.
Thank y'all. It was big for you guys to come back to Moscow tonight. I know it took a lot of courage to do it. And I'm hoping we can get some answers for you. Thanks so much for joining me tonight.
So that's video number 1, okay? And again, this one was just recent. This interview was just recent. And, of course, as you can see, this is something that is obviously people are really reading into and looking into this interview very, very hard. I've been seeing that countless times. I got some other things I'm going to be showing you guys, some other clips, some other interviews from the GonCalves family as well, because like I said, there's just a lot to get answered, a lot of questions that are still just lingering right now. Hold on, let me see if I can find this myself here. Because I want to see that, if that is true, you know, with the family saying more. And if it is from News Nation, I'd love to see that too. Okay, so there is a clip. Hold on. So there is something on Twitter. So maybe I can find it. News Nation special. Yeah. Let me see if I can pull this up really, really quick, because I don't know what this says at all. But we're going to watch it together as a fam, of course. All right. Hold on, guys. I'm so sorry. Trying to pull this stuff up.
These two girls, I'm not trying to be a glory hound, but
Talk
these
has
two
been
girls, I'm going
focused
to do what I can
on
do.
whether Kaylee GonCalves may have actually had a stalker. I asked her family to clear that up. Can you
Hold on. See, now this, I feel, is the other video that I have here. So hold on. Before I play that special report thing, let me just pull this video up. Because I could have sworn I have.
Tomorrow will officially mark.
Hold on. Yeah, I think this is partially it, but I'll play it here. I'll play this clip. Why not? But then I'll probably play this whole video, this whole interview. But hopefully this works. I hope to God this works. But let me know if you guys can hear this.
Welcome back. There has been.
Nope. Of course not. Of course it's going to be a pain in my butt. Hold on. Hold on 1 second, guys. And of course, this thing is acting a fool. Hold up. Give me 2 seconds. Okay, I'm back. Hopefully it catches up. See, now I've lost. Gotta love that. Out of sync. Yep. Give me a. Oh, gosh. Give me 2 seconds, guys. I will be right back. I got this other interview for you guys. Just give me a couple. Give me like 1 minute. I'll be right back because I'm. Oh, there we go. We're back. Oh, never mind. I'm back. Good. Okay, man, this thing just decided to slow down entirely. But okay, so there's this video, or there's a piece here talking about. I mean, this is this News Nation special report thing. What's interesting is this is a piece that I was going to show you guys on something else, but we're going to have to do opposite day here. Hold on. Come on. I am going to fix this right now so we can maybe play this one right quick. And then I'll play the full thing for you guys here in just a minute. So hopefully this works. Let's try this way.
Welcome back. There has been so much information floating around for the past several weeks about this case. Some of it is true. Some of it has obviously been rumors. And a lot of the talk has been focused on whether Kaylee GonCalves may have actually had a stalker. I asked her family to clear that up. Can you talk a little more about, a lot of people have been wondering if Kaylee had a stalker, if that was really true?
I said this, she's a pretty girl, her friends are really pretty, so them attracting attention was pretty common wherever they went. So I think she attracted attention, whether that's a dedicated person following her around, maybe not. I do believe that the officers looked in it, and I believe what they said, that there was no evidence there.
Are you confident with the way they're investigating?
I think it's hard to say this way or that. They're obviously holding it very tight to chest, which could either be a really, really great sign or a really, really bad sign. And I think depending on not even the day, the hour, especially my dad and I, we go back and forth between they got this and kind of falling apart a little bit and, you know, really looking at specific events that have been strange or maybe should have been looked into more in our eyes.
And it really is just so heartbreaking what that family has been going through. I thank them so much for trusting me and allowing me to come into their home and talk with them. It's so easy to get caught up in the investigation, all the new nuggets that come out with things. But behind the scenes, this is really about the victims and it is about their families. The pain that is even worse because the killer is still on the run tonight. If you are watching this and you have any information about what happened here, think about those families tonight. You can stay anonymous. The number for the police is on your screen. Someone has got to come forward to ease their pain and to make this community finally feel safe again, because they don't feel safe. We are not going anywhere. We will be here covering the story.
Now, of course, of course, this is something that we are all trying to find out what the hell happened here. There's a lot of questions, understandably. We don't know what's going on. Obviously, there are theories that are floating around like bloody crazy. All right. But I think this is there's a part here that I'm going to be, because you guys are saying, oh, the specific information from News Nation. Well, I do have an interview with the GonCalves family talking this whole thing out. So we are going to be looking at that, and maybe that piece is in that video. I appreciate you guys sending me the links and everything, but I think it's within this interview as well. So we're going to take a look at this interview here. This is the interview that that part of it that we just saw just a second ago is a part of this. It's like shot the same day with Brian Enton and all that. And I wanted to share with you guys this interview. So let's rock and roll and look at this as well. But before we go into that, really quick, Gypsy Girl, thank you so much for becoming a member. Welcome to the family. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. Okay. And if you guys haven't done it yet, please be sure to hit that like button down below. Hit that like button down below. Send it past 700 likes. Again, a like doesn't cost a thing. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Okay? Be greatly appreciated. All right? Anyway, let's get into this. Here's the interview.
Tomorrow will officially mark 3 weeks since 4 University of Idaho students were nothing short of slaughtered in their apartment building. Tonight, detectives are telling News Nation they are combing through 113 pieces of physical evidence, 4,000 crime scene photographs. There are even three-dimensional scans of that home. But the killer is still on the loose, and no indication from investigators on who could have committed this gruesome crime. News Nation senior national correspondent Brian Enton live for us on the ground in Moscow, Idaho tonight. Brian, we are hearing from the victims' family members.
We are, Natasha, and it is just heartbreaking. It's hard to believe that now it has basically been 3 weeks, since these terrible murders. You can see the house behind me. It is still a crime scene. Moscow police have now hired private security to come out here and guard the house. The crime scene tape's still up here right now. You mentioned the victims' families. It's hard to imagine what they're going through. I spoke with Kaylee GonCalves' family late last night. Obviously, they are somewhat frustrated that this killer is still on the run. They're also frustrated that so many people have been cleared already. They say they want to know the alibis that police aren't sharing the alibis with them, and they want more information. Take a listen. Is anyone acting differently since the murders? I mean, is there anyone that you have a weird feeling about that the girls knew or that comes to mind?
Yeah, I would say not in the immediate circle by any means, but a few of the names that have been circulating around, I think it's hard not to kind of, dig into this. And I don't know how much of that is just because we have so little information from law enforcement and how much of it really is, a sister or a father's intuition.
Can you elaborate at all? I don't know. You don't have to give a name, but I mean, is it someone that she knew, or?
I have something to say about that. I just feel like there's been a couple individuals that were cleared very fast. That may not, maybe you shouldn't have been. And yeah.
Share the strong alibi.
Just really fast.
You can dismiss.
An hour later, and we're like, what? And I don't know. I don't know anything about those individuals. I just know they were people that, definitely should have been looked at, and yeah.
I don't know what would prevent you from sharing somebody's alibi.
Yeah, I think that's what we're struggling with. So it's like, we know what we know. We've, fought for Jack, Kaylee's boyfriend, and, we still stand that way. So I did just kind of want to clear that up while we're talking through this ambiguity that, that's not what we're honing in on here.
We don't want to make more victims out of innocent people.
Exactly.
We definitely don't want to do that.
So real quick, as you can see, I mean, of course you can see like there's a little bit of push, like, push and pull between the family, within the family, because there's obviously a lot that's going on here and all that. But at the same time, there is a lot of people that are, there's a lot of, you could tell that there's a lot of theories flying around here. There's a lot of people that are sitting here going, oh, well, within the family, some people have their own theories. They're all having varying degrees of theories within all three of them, and I feel like I'm sure they've had a few disagreements, because I'm sure that dad has a different theory than the daughter, and the daughter has a different theory than the mother, so on and so forth. But one thing I do find very interesting is that, there are suspects, or there are people that were brought in for questioning that have been left, that have been let go, that have been set free, that maybe should be investigated a little bit more. There was something in here that I found very interesting here too. I got to find it again, of course, but the part where the dad said it's just interesting that they wouldn't, they're not talking about these alibis. But I'm going to play that part one more time.
I have something to say about that. I just feel like there's been a couple individuals that were cleared very fast. That may not, maybe you shouldn't have been. And yeah.
Share the strong alibi.
Just really fast.
You can dismiss.
An hour later, and we're like, what? And I don't know. I don't know anything about those individuals. I just know they were people that, definitely should have been looked at, and yeah.
I don't know what would prevent you from sharing somebody's alibi. Interesting.
Yeah, I think that's what we're struggling with. So it's like, we know what we know. We've, fought for Jack, Kaylee's boyfriend, and, we still stand that way. So I did just kind of want to clear that up while we're talking through this ambiguity that, that's not what we're honing in on here.
We don't want to make more victims out of innocent people.
Exactly.
We definitely don't want to do that.
Totally understandable.
So you heard from Kaylee's family there that they want more information from police. A similar message from Xana Kernodle's mother. Ashley Banfield spoke with her the first time she's spoken out. It was on Banfield last night. She had something very interesting to say, Natasha, that Xana's father was actually at the house a week prior to the murders, changing a door lock. Listen to that exclusive interview.
Her father mentioned to me that he had just went and replaced the lock the weekend before.
You said her father mentioned to you that they had replaced the lock?
Yes, that he had fixed it or something. But yeah, he said that he had fixed it the week before, just to make sure.
The week before.
that could really end up being significant because there's been a lot of questions about the door locks, not just on the outside of the house, but we're told each individual bedroom had a door lock. It's unclear how the killer was able to get into the bedrooms. Were the doors left open, or was he somehow able to get into the locked room? All of that now part of the investigation. Natasha?
All right, Brian Enton, live for us in Moscow, Idaho. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Yes. So, looks like, obviously Brian Enton has been deep onto these stories, these cases for quite a while. Everything. I mean, I feel like I started following him starting in the Gabby Petito situation, the Gabby Petito case. And, of course, he's been doing a lot. And he's been sitting out there showing all kinds of crazy stuff. Showing the law enforcement doing their due diligence, looking into things, trying to find what's going on, so on and so forth. But again, there's a lot of theories out here that are circulating around. Like I see Goth Girl right off the bat, just looking at the most recent chat, saying Ethan and Xana were collateral damage. The two girls were the targets. Now, of course, we're hearing that maybe it was Kaylee that had significant amount of damage to herself than anyone else. Why was there such a focus on Kaylee, right? And inquiring minds would like to know that as well. Why was there such an obsession over her? But again, it doesn't make. I think a lot of us are still scratching our heads around this situation as well. Hold on, let me see if I can do this really quick. Make a miracle happen. Maybe I can. Ooh.
Just so heartbreaking what these
Okay, I think I can. I think I got more for you guys. Shout out to all you guys for sending me the link. A bunch of you guys sent me the link, so I appreciate you guys showing me this or sending this to me. There is more to this interview, obviously, that Brian Enton had with the GonCalves family. Of course. I mean, this is a big story. This is a big case, and we need to find out what the hell's going on. Here's another part of it. Here's the other, this is just another part of it. I think he's just doing pieces, parts and all that. So I'm watching this with you guys for the very first time. So let's take a look and listen at this one here. Enjoy.
Just so heartbreaking what these families are going through. I had the chance to sit down with the GonCalves family in Kaylee's home. Their loss, it is so heavy, and they have been vocal about their relentless search for justice and frustrations with the investigation. Here is part one of our conversation.
You know, she was hurt so bad that she was not able to recover. That is just terrible.
Oh, it's okay.
It's terrible. I cannot fathom in my head what kind of person did this.
It's capable.
And why. I can't sleep at night. I lay in bed pondering just millions of different scenarios. And just, I want to know, but then there's stuff obviously you don't want to know, but
you just cry.
I think I want to know it all, and
You're okay.
I just don't understand why. How somebody can take somebody, four of them, it wasn't just my girl, just so savagely.
Is anyone acting differently since the murders? I mean, is there anyone that you have a weird feeling about that the girls knew or that comes to mind?
Yeah, I would say not in the immediate circle by any means, but a few of the names that have been circulating around, I think it's hard not to kind of, dig into this. And I don't know how much of that is just because we have so little information from law enforcement and how much of it really is, a sister or a father's intuition.
Can you elaborate at all? I don't know. You don't have to give a name, but I mean, is it someone that she knew, or?
I have something to say about that. I just feel like there's been a couple individuals that were cleared very fast. That may.
Now we know that part, so I'm going to skip up a little bit more.
people.
Exactly.
I definitely don't want to do that.
No.
You've mentioned before that you didn't want to have a funeral right now because the killer's still out there. Is that something that you're still thinking about? Are you nervous at all? I mean, because in Moscow, we talked to students. People are really nervous there.
It should be.
Yeah.
This targeted to me, it seems behavior based. That's why I don't like it, and it kind of pits the parents against each other. So I don't like that. I just told some of the other parents today that if your daughter is no ill will for me, man. To me, if you go have a couple beers or go out and hang out with your friends and then come home and go to bed, if that's your target, then I think we all do that. I think we all come home and go to our beds. Yeah. So it's
kind of a bad word then. It doesn't really make sense in some ways.
Exactly.
Even the prosecutor told me that.
Yeah.
He said, I think it was kind of a weird word to choose.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if it makes sense if there was some bad behavior that they did. Let's say, I don't know, they came from a strip club or something, and then somebody followed them home. That's a targeted thing. That's what comes. I've had innocent people that were interviewed that were their neighbors, and they said, I'd be a lot more scared if it wasn't targeted.
Yeah.
Because I'm not doing anything to target me. And I'm like, well, if targeting's just going to bed with your friends.
So maybe that was just a way to calm people down?
I feel like it was strategic.
Yeah.
It was a strategic way to keep people from hitting the door, transferring out, and turning that place into a ghost town.
Interesting. I'm going to roll that back. We're going to play the rest, but that's a big piece right there. Hold on. There was a lot being said there. And, it's like all the red tape type of stuff. Oh, you don't want to say anything. You don't want to say it's not a targeted attack because if it's targeted, it makes people feel a little bit more safe. Because then it's like, hey, I'm not doing anything to garner somebody to target me. So then all the kids can go and live freely and not feel scared and so on and so forth. But this is crazy. Okay. But no matter what, if it's targeted or not, it's still a situation that needs to be handled. Okay. It's still a situation that should still have students and people in that town scared because you don't know what it was that triggered that person. You just don't know. It could have been because the girls had blonde hair. It could have been because they wore sneakers that day. You never know. Like I said, could have fit whatever was interest that person that triggered them for them to go and do this unthinkable thing. But I'm going to play this part because it's interesting because the school is trying. It does seem like the school is trying to cover this up as much as possible and be like, oh, this is nothing to worry about, everybody. Ladies and germs, there's nothing to worry about. Everything's fine. Because they just want people to go back to school. And I get it. It's a college town. They need to make their monies.
It seems behavior based. That's why I don't like it. And it kind of pits the parents against each other. So I don't like that. I just told some of the other parents today that, if your daughter is no ill will for me, man. To me, if you go have a couple beers or go out and hang out with your friends and then come home and go to bed, if that's your target, then I think we all do that. I think we all come home and go to our beds. Yeah, so
it's kind of a bad word then. It doesn't really make sense in some ways.
Exactly.
Even the prosecutor told me that.
Yeah.
He said, I think it was kind of a weird word to choose.
Yeah.
Yeah. If it makes sense if there was some bad behavior that they did. Let's say, I don't know, they came from a strip club or something, and then somebody followed them home. That's a targeted thing. That's what comes. I've had innocent people that were interviewed that were their neighbors, and they said, I'd be a lot more scared if it wasn't targeted.
Yeah.
Because I'm not doing anything to target me. And I'm like, well, if targeting's just going to bed with your friends.
So maybe that was just a way to calm people down?
I feel like it was strategic.
Yeah.
He feels that the word targeted is being used to calm the students of the university and the people that live in that town, trying to calm them all down. That's it. He thinks this is the use of that word is just for So it's for theater of the mind, to make people feel safe. Oh, it was targeted, so that we got nothing to worry about. We could keep on doing what we're doing. We could still drink beers. We could still go to the bars. We could still try to go get laid. We could still go to our school. We could still study. We could still go to the coffee shop and the library and do what we do. Let's go back to normal because this was targeted, guys. They were only going after a set of kids, not us. He's saying this is created because they want the school. They want the school to keep moving. They don't want it to turn into a ghost town. I'm going to play the rest of it for you, but he's saying it so that people can feel safe in their minds. It's the theater of the mind. It's illusion. You know, it's like going and taking your shoes and your belt and your hat off, and you're taking everything off, practically walking naked through the metal detectors and all that at, TSA for the plane. It's the safety of the mind. It ain't real. It's the safety of the mind. Okay? Raven McCall, exactly. It's just word salad. So that people go, oh, no, it's not. Okay? No, it's not. It's not. Oh, it's fine. It's targeted. It's targeted. So we're fine. Totally, totally fine. Okay, real quick. Got a super chat before it disappears. Tyler Hackner, thank you so much for the 2. Pascal, stop keeping me up so late. LOL. Oh, hey, sorry. Had to do this one tonight because I know for a fact it'll be old news tomorrow. There'll be new information tomorrow. Had to come on here and do my job. But you can always go to sleep and play replay later, okay? All y'all can, all right? Just so y'all know. But I appreciate you being here nonetheless. Let's continue the rest. I'm almost done.
There's a strategic way to keep people from hitting the door, transferring out, and turning that place into a ghost town.
You never think you're going to lose your little sister. Ever. Yeah. You never think you're going to have to bury your daughter.
Absolutely unbelievable. It's nothing compared to the pain that I feel.
Yeah.
Losing Kaylee. And I don't know. It's several things. It's her age. It's how it happened.
It's her life.
Why it happened. Mm-hmm. Who did this to her?
Just graduated.
Who did this to her and her friends? The fact that she was with her best friend. Since they were little girls.
That family tonight is so heartbroken. I've been in touch with them. It's literally unimaginable to think about what they are going through.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find news.
Okay, yeah, go there and find out more. But I do agree. So the targeted thing could be 2 different things, right? They could be using that information. Obviously, they could be using that word to make people feel calm, to make people not lose their minds, to make people for them to not be scared, to go back to the campus and go do their thing. Because, hey, there's students out here that I'm sure are going, hey, is this particular monster going after only University of Idaho students? Like, is that what their MO is? Is that what their focus is, their obsession is? Or is this a targeted thing? As soon as you say, oh, it's targeted, nothing to worry about, kids. Even the mayor did that. Oh, it's, it was a crime of passion, but no. It's just a targeted thing. Nothing to worry about, kids. Go on and back to your normal life. Go back to normalcy really quick. And guess what? That doesn't make any sense. That does not make anybody feel any safer. Doesn't make anybody want to go to that school. A lot of kids are now going, okay, how can I matriculate, finish my year so I can transfer in the next year? A lot of kids are already doing that right now because they're terrified. What else is new, right? What else is new? And I don't blame them for being terrified, especially when you have somebody who is an absolute monster out here in these streets, like the boogeyman, like the family said, running out here doing God knows what to kids while they're asleep, snatching their lives whilst asleep after a night of kicking it. That's terrifying, guys. Manic Malice, or M. Alice, thank you so much for the 20. I do appreciate it. Thank you so much for the $20 super chat. As an Idaho native with friends and fam that have gone to the University of Idaho. This hits home hard. I'm invested in this case and talking about it. Things like this don't happen in Idaho. Thank you so much for your coverage, Pascal. No problem. Had a little bit of a brain fart there. It is getting late for me too, so I feel you on the late show right here. But listen, the family, the GonCalves family, has spoken out many times. They have been speaking out for weeks now, trying to find justice for their daughter. And I don't blame them, okay? I do not blame them for being this passionate, this focused, this angry. And I hope that by them continuing to do what they're doing right now, we are going to get closer and closer to finding the truth, finding justice for them, finding justice for those four. I know there's a lot of other family members that are maybe staying quiet and all that, but I hope that they all continue to step forward and speak more and speak out, because this is only going to get us justice for those young kids. And I hope this doesn't go quiet. I hope this case does not go cold. That's why we got to keep talking about it. Just like Shanquella's case as well. Shanquella Robinson, same situation. A young woman whose case it sounds like it's kind of going cold right now, which is also a heartbreaking and messed up story to begin with as well. Messed up case that we have been looking into and trying to get more information about as well. So I'm hoping that as more time goes on, we get more information, we get more truths about what happened to these four. You know, my prayers and thoughts go out to that family and all the families that have been affected by this case. But I really do hope it doesn't turn into a cold one. We need to get justice for them with the quickness. Tyler Hackner, thank you so much for the 2. Am a community college student myself. Yes, it doesn't matter. I mean, like community college, if you go to a university, wherever higher learning facility that you go to, please be safe out there. All right. Keep your head on a swivel. You just never know nowadays. People are just getting Kanye. Okay? That's all I can say. Kanye. All right? Kanye is a perfect example of how 2020 how this year has been. Okay? Just saying. Perfect example. All right? So we really, and that stuff is surprising. Just as surprising and as heartbreaking as this situation that has happened right here. All right? We got to be very, very vigilant and very aware of our surroundings because people are getting wild. And yes, I agree. People, Lizeth, I agree absolutely, 110%. People are becoming nasty. So hopefully we find out more information here soon. As soon as we find out more information on this case, and of course many, many other ones, you will hear about it right here on the Pascal Show. So I appreciate all y'all for being here. You guys have been amazing. Y'all been wonderful. Thank you so much for being here. Please do me a favor before you head out. Hit that like button down below. That would really mean a lot. Oh, also, and of course, hit that subscribe button. But also, I do have to say this too. We have a huge, wonderful 12 days of giveaways on PascalMerch.com. Every single day, there's a new deal going on throughout 12 days of giveaways for Christmas, leading up to the holidays. So please go check it out. Go to PascalMerch.com. Check out those things. Check out the clothes and all that stuff. The mugs, the sweaters, the hoodies, the tracksuits, all of that and more on PascalMerch.com. Again, 12 days of giveaways is in full effect already. So go and check it out and get something nice for yourself or for your loved one, okay? But anyway, guys, I appreciate all y'all for being here. Emmy, thank you so much. I love you too. Thank you, and I love you as well. To all you, Nicole, thank you so much. Much love to you as well. For all y'all that have been here, I really do appreciate it. The website, thank you, Debbie, will be tagged, pinned to the top of the chat. So please go and check that out when you get some time. And I appreciate all y'all. I'll be back on tomorrow morning, so be on the lookout for when I go live. We got to do a look into another story, which I'm sure you guys are going to want to know what's going on with that. So be on the lookout for that. Anyway, guys, I appreciate all y'all. Be good to yourselves. Be good to one another. And I'll see you guys very, very soon. Have a wonderful night or morning, wherever you're watching this show. This is The Pascal Show. Bye.